There comes a moment after a breakup that no one really prepares you for. It's not the loud moment when the relationship ends. It's not even the moment you pack your things or change your relationship status. It's the quiet moment. The moment when your phone doesn't light up anymore. When you wake up and for a few seconds you forget. And then you remember. When you hear a song and your chest tightens. When you drive past a place and memories come flooding back like they happened yesterday. When you realize that the hardest part isn't that they left. The hardest part is that a part of you is still emotionally there. And that is why detaching emotionally after a breakup feels so hard. Because detachment is not physical. Detachment is not about blocking a number or deleting pictures. Detachment is about teaching your heart to accept what your mind already knows. And that takes time. That takes courage. That takes a kind of strength that no one sees but you. So if you are in that space right now, where you are trying to move on, but your heart keeps revisiting a place your life no longer lives, this is for you. Because emotional detachment is not about becoming cold. It's not about pretending you never cared. It's not about acting like it didn't hurt. Emotional detachment is about choosing peace over attachment to what no longer chooses you. And the first step to emotionally detaching after a breakup is acceptance. Not acceptance that it happened, acceptance that it's over. Those are two different things. Many people accept that the breakup happened, but emotionally, they are still waiting. Waiting for an apology, waiting for closure, waiting for them to realize your worth, waiting for a message, waiting for another chance, waiting for the version of them that existed in the beginning to come back. But you cannot detach from something you are still waiting for. So the first step is not blocking. The first step is not dating someone new. The first step is not pretending you're okay. The first step is telling yourself the truth. The relationship is over, and I cannot build a future by emotionally living in the past. That sentence alone will break your heart, but it will also start to set you free. Because detachment begins when the illusion ends. You see, most of the time we are not attached to the person. We are attached to the idea of who we thought they were, who we believed they could be, who we were when we were with them, the future we imagined, the life we pictured, the version of us that existed when we thought we were loved the way we deserved. You are not just detaching from a person, you are detaching from a dream. And that is why it hurts so deeply. Because you are grieving something that never fully existed the way you thought it did. So give yourself permission to grieve, not just the person. Grieve the hope. Grieve the future you planned in your head. Grieve the version of you that loved without fear. Grieve the version of you that believed this was forever. Because emotional detachment does not happen when you pretend you don't care. It happens when you allow yourself to care. And then slowly let go anyway. And that brings me to the second step. You must stop feeding the emotional attachment. You cannot emotionally detach while you are still emotionally consuming them. Checking their social media, rereading old messages, looking at old pictures, driving past their house, talking about them every day, keeping their number saved just in case, keeping the door unlocked just in case they come back. You cannot heal in the same place that keeps reopening the wound. Every time you check on them, you are not moving forward. You are reattaching. Every time you replay memories, you are not healing. You are reinforcing the emotional bond. Every time you imagine conversations that will never happen, you are not detaching. You are keeping the relationship alive in your mind. Detachment requires starvation, not of your emotions, but of the fantasy. You have to stop feeding the story in your head where this still works out. You have to stop feeding the version of them that only exists in your memories. You have to stop feeding hope in a place where there is no action. Because hope is beautiful, but misplaced hope will keep you emotionally stuck for years, and you deserve a life that is not emotionally on hold. Which leads to the third step. You have to choose your dignity over your attachment. This is the part people don't talk about enough. Sometimes we stay emotionally attached because our ego is attached. We want them to regret it. We want them to come back. We want them to choose us. We want to win the breakup. We want to prove we were worth loving. But healing is not about winning. Healing is about freeing yourself. Read that again in your spirit. Healing is not about winning. Healing is about freeing yourself. Because the truth is, the moment you have to convince someone to love you, choose you, respect you, or see your value, you have already abandoned yourself. Emotional detachment is not you losing them. Emotional detachment is you choosing you. And that is a powerful shift. Because instead of asking, why wasn't I enough? You start asking, why was I trying to be enough for someone who didn't see me? Instead of asking, will they come back? You start asking, why would I want someone back who was willing to lose me? Instead of asking, how do I get them to miss me? You start asking, why am I not focusing on building a life I don't miss myself in? That is emotional detachment. It is a mental shift from them, back to you. Now here is the fourth step, and this one is hard, but it will change your life if you truly understand it. You have to stop taking their decision personally. People do not always leave because you are not good enough. People leave because they are not ready, because they are not capable, because they are not mature, because they want a different life, because they have unresolved issues, because they choose comfort over growth, because they want different things, because they are emotionally unavailable, because they are selfish, because they are confused, because they are broken, because they simply made a choice. Their decision is a reflection of their capacity, not your worth. And the moment you understand that, you stop trying to prove your worth to people who do not have the capacity to recognize it. And when you stop trying to prove your worth, you begin to detach, because attachment is often fueled by the need for validation. Detachment is fueled by self-respect. The more you respect yourself, the less you will emotionally attach to situations that do not respect you. And this is where fearlessness comes in. Because detaching emotionally requires you to face a very scary thought. What if I never find love like that again? And the answer is, you won't. You won't find love like that again. You will find different love, wiser love, calmer love, safer love, more honest love, more mature love, more reciprocal love. But you will never find that exact love again because that version of you will never exist again. And that is not a tragedy, that is growth. You are not the same woman you were before that breakup. You are not the same woman who ignored red flags. You are not the same woman who overgave. You are not the same woman who tolerated confusion. You are not the same woman who thought love meant staying no matter what. So no, you won't find love like that again. You will find better, but only if you detach from what was. And finally, the last step to emotionally detaching after a breakup is this. You have to build a life that is so full that you are not constantly visiting the past for happiness. Most people try to detach by removing the person, but they never build a new life, so their life becomes empty, and the only place that felt full was the past. So they keep going back emotionally. You cannot just remove a person. You must replace the life that existed with them. New routines, new habits, new places, new goals, new memories, new versions of you. Detachment is easier when your life is moving forward. It is harder to keep looking back when your life is creating new chapters. So pour into yourself. Not as a distraction, but as a reconstruction. This is your rebuilding season. Rebuild your confidence, rebuild your routine, rebuild your peace, rebuild your identity, rebuild your standards, rebuild your life in a way where love is an addition, not the center. Because the truth is, the right person will not require you to detach from yourself to stay attached to them. So if you are in a season where you are learning to emotionally detach, I want you to remember this. Detaching emotionally does not mean you never love them. Detaching emotionally means you finally love yourself enough to let go. And one day, you will wake up and realize you did not think about them first. Their name will not make your chest tight anymore. You will not check your phone hoping it's them. You will not replay the memories as often. You will not feel that heavy feeling anymore. And the day that happens, you will realize something very important. You didn't just get over a breakup. You found your way back to yourself. And that is the real reason detachment is so important. Because sometimes the person you have to detach from is the person you were when you were loving someone who was not loving you the same way. So take your time. Cry if you need to. Pray if you need to. Write if you need to. Talk if you need to. But do not go back to what broke you just because you miss what you thought it was. Choose your peace. Choose your growth. Choose your future. Choose yourself. And trust that one day you will love again. But next time, you will not lose yourself trying to keep someone else. If this message spoke to you, let this be the moment you choose yourself. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen the moment you decide that your peace is more important than your past. So if you're on a healing journey, if you're learning how to let go, if you're choosing yourself for the first time in a long time, I want you to subscribe to this channel. This is a space for women who are healing, growing, and becoming stronger after heartbreak. And if you know another woman who is going through a breakup, send this video to her. Sometimes the right words at the right time can change someone's life. Comment below, I choose me. Because your new life starts the moment you choose yourself. Thanks for watching.